obstructed, and I think that you just don't understand the magnitude of having a child.
Yeah, well, I'm not the one who...
Well, we've seen this before when it comes to the radical left. When it comes to situations where you start to prove your point and you start to, make headway and, you say, look, this is what I see, and then it starts to become legitimate to the other person, it makes it really hard to handle. And the radical left typically finds themselves in a place of hatred after that, and they become very violent, although they want to smear conservatives and quote unquote you're a Trump supporter, you violent conservative. And then when we look at really where's the violence coming from, who's doing this, and you see it on the radical left. And you've got this, her name is Savannah Craven, and her mission in life is to try to save children, save babies. And so she's doing a little bit of street work and asking questions, and she encounters a lady, and the lady starts to try to to throw off, and she makes a point. She said, well, I'm not the one who's an advocate for taking the lives of children and all before it's time, before they're even born. And instead of kind of like letting the other woman speak with her opinion after the Savannah, the lady working doing the content, lets her, she lets that lady speak. Now it's her turn. Instead of hearing that the lady out, she just results into extreme violence. So let me show you real quick how this all kind of led up. There's a little context behind this, and it's pretty alarming to see this happen and see that where the society has went down. We just recently had a high schooler, 17-year-old. His twin was unfortunately not with us anymore under certain circumstances of a violent attack from another teen who just didn't like the fact that he was asked to not sit right where he was sitting at. He's like, man, you're in the wrong spot. And he gets up, and instead of just moving on or doing whatever, takes out a knife and harms this person where they're not with us anymore. And the circumstances behind that are terrible, and there should be a hate crime investigation when it comes to that. But anyways, watch this.
It's very obstructed, and I think that you just don't understand the magnitude of having a child.
Yeah, well, I'm not the one who admitted they would be okay with babies in foster care and children that have been abused.
That's not the point. What I'm saying.
That's really...
So that escalated extremely quickly. Without warning. She didn't have time to even move or defend herself. And there's a little bit more to the conversation, but her opinions on how children should be not with us anymore were the lady on the left, the one that did the violence. She had some pretty strong opinions about children's lives with little regard. And, being confronted with the fact that you could be wrong or maybe even just evil. She didn't like that. She said, well, I'm evil. Let me show you how evil I am. And if you could look and see that she was actually contemplating physical altercation way before that. Her fist balled up several times. You can go back and watch the little short video as she was contemplating whether or not she was going to do what she was going to do. But this was totally uncalled for. And under no circumstances are you supposed to put your hands on somebody, especially if they haven't touched you. It'd be different if there was a physical altercation that led up to this. But she just, out of nowhere, just waxed the poor girl. And that's not going to help your side. You're not going to get anywhere like that. If anything, that hardens the girl on the right who's concerned about children's lives to further her work. It makes her the martyr. And I hope that we can get this content out to show you just how violent the radical left is and how much projection is involved with the fact that they always say it's our side that does that. We're not the ones burning down, political offices. We're not the ones burning down, city blocks and, it's just simple. So it's easy to see who's actually the unhinged people around here. But, Turning Point USA. They had a little booth set up. And the police just sit back and watch as, a bunch of lefty radicals just destroyed everything. And the police just sat back and let it happen. Stood down. Didn't say a thing. And there was even a little bit of a confrontation with one of the guys with a bicycle. And the police officer didn't do anything. Just stood down. Which that further emboldens these people, knowing they can do what they want to do. I think that's the whole purpose of this, is they want to see some kind of violent reaction on our side, so that they can, as soon as we push back with just defending ourselves, they're going to call us the evil ones. Look how evil they are. I'm sorry, but we're just defending ourselves at this point. Now you're not doing anything to stop the violence. It's gotten to the point now where we have to do something to defend ourselves. It's either that or just, be on our knees, one of the two. And I'd rather live on my feet than be on my knees. Simple as that. Thank you for watching, and please spread this content out. Show these people what's really going on. Wake these people up, guys. It's up to you. Have a good day. I'm out.